everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now, 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Bills going up against the Ravens.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Cam has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything, the ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other players.
They go play action here on first down. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And he's brought down. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Coleman now. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. Now Newton. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing the ball.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's able to put it through. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
Now a carry here for Terrence West. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd and 10 here. out here on the play clock. Rodgers to throw on second down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Second down following the run. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And that's complete to Jesse James. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's West. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Aaron Rodgers, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now Newton on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll bring up second down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground. And then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it now with Smith. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed intelligence, toughness, puts it all together and makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Bills have taken the lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's complete. Abdullah. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught on the right side, Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Rodgers going to run the option here left, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Charles Clay and the offense heading back out there now. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them, shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Coleman, and he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right around the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He's going to wind up and air it out, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And some room to work. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but closed there quickly at the end. Here's Newton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Rodgers now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some...
Alshon Jeffrey. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 73 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that makes it 14-10. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This is Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
us for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run again here with West. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. From the gun, here's Newton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. DeForest Buckner able to get him for a loss of about 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Coleman has it here right side. It'll be a gain of 6, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's got some space here. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On second down, here's Rodgers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw on second down is Newton. And some room to maneuver. Finding some room at midfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cam Newton, 64 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that score and the point after will knock this ball game up.
And when you're playing from behind, all you want to do is get back to even and, in a sense, start over again. That's exactly what they were able to accomplish.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash. I don't know about that.
Super toe.
Setting up the screen for West. And yet again. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Rodgers again now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number two. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Drops it off for Coleman. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here's Newton now on second down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. The Bills on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before the break. Newton. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. As we look at the numbers, the only thing that really matters is that we've got a tie game. We'll have another half here to figure out who can come out on top. All right, let's roll those highlights. Bills opening the game on offense. Newton's going to find his mark, and he'll end up at the 45-yard line before being tackled. Bills later on the drive. Smith's going to stay up the middle, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Bills strike first in this one. Third down from the 43. Rodgers on target here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 12-yard line. Sticking with the same drive. Rodgers going to take off here, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. As that'll tie the score at 7-all. 2nd and 2 coming up. Rodgers finds his mark in coverage, and he's gone as he sprints to the end zone. The Ravens go up by 4. Now 2nd and 8. Newton's going to look for a gap, and this 2-play drive goes for a TD. The Bills all tied now at 17.
Okay, LR, we are indeed all even as these teams come back out for the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Play clock winding down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got room. zone. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down. The Ravens on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a...
They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play here for the Bills. And even 40 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. Uses the stiff arm. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Eric Armstead. And everyone wondered about these 6'7" guys. Could they get the leverage? Could they get low enough to make plays in the run game? I think the question just got answered with that one. DeForest Buckner knows how to bend and shed blockers and get upfield.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job 1. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now West lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a 2nd down. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Terrence West, 43 yards. And the Ravens have broken the tie. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Crosby for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's West that finishes it off with a touchdown run. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to.
John Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown, 72 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All right, partner, let's go to cliche time. We're all back to even after that score tied the game.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Play clock winding down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And an alley to run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On first down, Rodgers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Rodgers going to run the option here left. Down right around the 25. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And the play clock's running down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here come the Bills. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st down, it's Newton. His throw incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And now it's second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he's brought down. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Coleman. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
And allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Now Newton. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. J.J. Watt coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Bills have tied the game here in the fourth. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out and made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Over the middle. He's got Tyrell Williams. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Allen Bailey getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On the ground, it's West again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, it's West, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Crosby puts it through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Back to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
They'll look to throw. Room here to run. And he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.